Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. In this video, I would like to talk about using the Google's documents and spreadsheets as an alternative to the Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel. I had a friend ask me about the Microsoft 365 subscription for the Microsoft Word and the other programs that comes in that Office suite. And so this is my preferred text document to use because it makes it, there's other versions that I use, but this is one of the ones that I like using because it's a free version of Microsoft Word and Excel. And it's a lot more basic and there's not as much functionality, but it allows, it comes integrated with the Google Drive. So in order to use this, you do have to have a Google account or a Gmail, and then you get 15 gigs of free storage, cloud storage, and so if you're just using this for text documents and spreadsheets, this should be plenty. 15 gigs should be plenty of space. Once you start uploading things like photos and stuff to the Google Drive, then you may run out of space, but if you're just using it for documents, this is totally fine. So I'll have a link down in the description to give quick access to the Google Drive, but you need to go to drive.google.com and then log into your Google or Gmail account. And when you sign in, it will automatically take you to the home section, and I'm not a big fan of the home section because it lists everything in a ordered, like what was used opened last format, and you can switch it by name, but I prefer to I click on the drive, my drive, and it will show you the file path up here, and you'll see this change. And so once you go to my drive, then you can start creating folders here. So we'll do test folder. All right. So to make that, to make a new folder or document, you can click on new. You can click on folder, or you can upload a file from your computer, or you can open up a Google Doc or other application. And I only use Google Docs or Sheets, but there is like a slideshow. I guess this is a video editor. I don't use that. And then a Google form. I've seen to where websites ties this Google form in with a website, but we're not going to cover that because that's we're only going to cover docs and sheets because that's the basic thing, and the folders. So we're going to make a doc real quick, and it will open up a new Google Doc. And so this is very similar to Word. So just some basic stuff up here on the top left. You can rename it. So we're going to name it to test document. And it will take it a second to upload and make the changes here. But you can see now, you see that program or that Google Doc is test document. You see that right here. And you can also rename it from over here. You go to the three dots and then click rename. So it does have a header, so you can go up here and type in whatever you need to for the header. So header title. Then you can left click to get out of the header title. To get in, you just double left click. To get out, you left click outside the area. And then you can, this is like a basic Word document. You can type in whatever you need to. So I'm just doing a bunch of gibberish just to show for an example. And let's say you have a Word document on your desktop and you want to use it in the Google Docs. What I do is I left click up here at the very top. You click and drag the window all the way to the left or right. It will snap it to that window. And then you can do the same thing over on the left side. So I like to open up the File Explorer and then snap that to the left side. And then that allows you to have two programs open on your window, and you can do a lot of things this way. So I don't have a document I'm going to make a new document on my Windows computer. So over here in File Explorer, I'm going to make a test document, and then I had one already, a text document actually made. Actually, I was wrong. And so, but I don't have a Microsoft Word. So you can go over here, and then you can highlight, if you left click anywhere that you want to, to copy the text, you have to highlight it first. So move your cursor where you, at the start of where you want to copy, left click and hold it. And then you can drag the mouse so that way you can copy the text that you want, that you need. And then you can either press Control C on the keyboard, or you can right click and then select copy. Then you can go over to the Word or to the Google Doc, and then you can either press Control V at the same time and it will paste what you copied, or you can right click and paste it, and then you have to select paste. And sometimes when you right click and paste it, in the past, if I remember correctly, it made it to where it forced you to do Control V and wouldn't let you right click and paste it, if I remember correctly. But if you press Control and then V at the same time on the keyboard, it will paste it, and then you don't have to worry about if they change that in the future. I don't know. They may or may not do that. But then whenever you make changes to the document, it automatically saves it to the Google Drive. And then that makes it to where you don't have to have, you can keep these documents in the cloud, and then you don't have to keep the documents on your computer, and you can access all these documents from the Google Drive from your phone or other computers and edit them or share them as you need. So to share a document, you can click on the three dots and then go to share, or you can click on this share button that's right here, and that will allow you to share it with other people. And there's going to be a copy text section. Just click on copy text, and then you can paste that in an email or a text message to someone that you want to give that document to. So if you need to download any file from your Google Drive, you can if you click on the three dots and then go to download, you can download a single item like a document. Where's download? There it is, download. And then if you need to download a folder, you can do the same thing. However, when you download a folder, it will zip the file, and then you will have to extract the zip file. So depending if you have a large file or folder, it will take a while to download and zip it. So then once it's finished downloading, it will appear in your downloads tab on your File Explorer, and then you would go to the folder, right click on it, and then go to extract all, and then uncheck this because it will have another window pop up, and it's kind of annoying in my opinion. And then click extract, and mine's having an issue doing that, so I'm not going to do that at the moment. But to tell if the file is zipped, then you could just look over here and it says compressed file zipped and folder, and it will have a zipper through the folder icon, but the icon may be small and hard to see from this video. But if you look closely, then you'll be able to see it. And whenever you unzip it, it will have, or extract the files, it will make a copy of the zipped file, and it won't have that zipper through the icon, and it won't say compress. It'll just say folder. And then if you need to make a Microsoft Excel for Google, that's just called Google Sheets. So you would just click on new on the top left and then go to Google Sheets. And then here you can do whatever you need to. And Google Sheets will allow you to do formulas and stuff like that. And if you need to have it to where it will do like track stocks off, stock prices off the stock market or whatever, then there's formulas for that too. But I'm not going to cover all that in here because the formulas are pretty similar to Microsoft Excel. And if you can use Microsoft Excel formulas, you'll be able to, like, a basic version of it, then you'll be able to do the same thing here. And same thing with renaming it. You can rename it from the top left here if you need to. We'll name it test spreadsheet, and then it will update in your Google Drive. And if you need to move the file or folder, then you can treat it similar to how you would move files and folders in Windows. So you can left click and drag it to whatever folder you need it into. There we go. Right. And then you can like double left click to open up that folder. And then if you need to move it somewhere else, so if you look up at the top, you'll see your folder path. So I'm in test folder, but if you need to move a file to my drive, let's say, then you can left click and drag it to on top of the my drive in the file path, and that will move it. Or you can left click on the three dots on the far right and go to organize and then move, and that will allow you to select what folder you want to move it into, and then just select move, and it will move it into that folder. But and that is it for this video. If you want to learn more about Google Drive, I'll have some links down at the bottom for that. And that's everything. Thank you. Have a nice day.